Hello there, gardeners and gangsters. Welcome to Basically Misled.
I'm Dagny.
And I'm Day.
We give advice. 50% is life-changing, 50% will leave you crying in a stairwell by the end of the day. You decide which is which.
Come procrastinate with us while we chatter endlessly about things you could probably just Google.
So today is an episode where we're talking about song lyrics. Obviously, an essential part of the college experience is crying over song lyrics who you feel like just really get you. And how did they know that was your exact experience?
Yeah, definitely college is when you have these emotions about it,
well,
you
know? This is like a somewhat college podcast.
High school.
Actually, I have some lyrics that I chose for today that are based on affection I had for them in high school. So, like,
yeah,
some of them are new, some of them are old. Anyway, but so today we have made a list of our top 7 song lyrics, which is it's a very specific kind of list because it's not like our favorite song. Mm-mm. It's not our favorite music. Mm-mm. It's not even our favorite overall message. It's just like if you had to pick, well, we started with 2 like kind of lines. Some of us may have gotten a little overboard with how long that is, but basically a short part. A short favorite part of the lyrics.
It's quick.
Which is what I honestly like to connect to a lot in songs.
There are always, like, everybody knows that, like, 1 or 2 lyrics that just really, like, drive it home for you.
Yeah, or, like, you kind of, like, auto-sing the rest of the song, but then it's, like, those lyrics come on and you're just, like, you feel it.
Right, you just belt it out. Yeah. You know those 2 lyrics.
Or you don't even know the rest of the lyrics, but those 2 you're like, I got this.
Right.
Anyway, but we're gonna start out looking back on our musical past and talking about, is there a song that you used to like that you now find very embarrassing? Or just most embarrassing? Or like a genre of music you used to pursue?
I feel like I can't pinpoint, like, one song, because there were too many songs, but definitely, like, some old school Justin Bieber stuff I probably was into, and was like, oh my god, why am I into this? Really, like, a lot of, like, those, like, the Disney star music stuff, so, like, Selena Gomez a little bit.
So, like, now you're embarrassed about that.
A little bit. And I was very embarrassed during the moment. I think that's more it was. But, like, yeah, now I feel like I'm just like, oh, like, even now I think sometimes it, like, comes on and then I'm, like, jamming out to it. I'm a little embarrassed I still know the lyrics. Yeah.
I'm kind of aware that kind of, like, you know, Selena Gomez era Disney is, like, music that a lot of people are embarrassed about.
Yeah.
But I am not, because I actually, like, I guess I know I know it well enough that I feel comfortable that, yeah, maybe it's not cool, but I like it, so whatever.
Yeah.
I think the musical era I'm, like, most embarrassed about is, like, so when I was, like, younger, I feel like it was my younger brother who's, like, 2 grades younger that really brought pop music to our house. And so I just kind of, like, only listened to, like, Disney and, like, kids stuff in my recollection. And, like, then he started listening to it and I'm like, oh, and it took me honestly, like, a long time to, like, really be like, oh yeah, so this is, like, where I should find my music now.
Now tell me, when you say Disney kid stuff, what kind of music is that?
Honestly, I just have this recollection. And okay, so this wasn't happening when I was, like, finding this music. This is what I looked back on after, like, getting into pop and thinking that was way too recent. It was like an album of kids songs that I just remember very vividly, like, dancing to. Now, I couldn't have been, like, past, like, 6th grade, I feel like. But still, it was, like, 6th, like, I was pretty old. I don't know. But it was just, like, I think it was like the Ralph's World CD. Do you ever hear of that? It's like
No.
kids music. I don't know. It's just random kids
gosh.
music.
Yeah.
And so I would just be like dancing to it, and I'm like, I have no idea when this was, but I just remember thinking to myself, that was way too short ago. But maybe I was just like a kid, and I was like, oh, I was so uncool a couple of years ago.
Right.
Like when you're younger, I feel like you feel like that more. I guess I know people in college who were like, oh, a couple years ago I was like so whatever. And I'm like, a couple years ago I'm like, I was fine. I'm like, I was kind of sad, but I was fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like my music has definitely evolved over time, but there are still like a lot of like the same people that I listen to. I feel like.
But also for this reason, when people are like, oh, throwback to like early 2000s, I like don't really recognize all those songs because I feel like I just started like listening to pop. So there's like some things I recognize because I would like go to a party with some kids, and it was like the 3 songs that were like always played I kind of knew, but I didn't really know anything beyond that. So
yeah. I didn't grow up listening to, like, the popular radio stations a lot. So, like, a lot of music from then, it's kind of gone over my head. And I haven't, like, gone to listen to it.
Yeah, I think... Because for a while it was, like, radio stations. And then I think it was Glee taught me music.
Yeah.
And now Spotify. Because Spotify makes it really easy for me to just, like, check something out. Check out the artist, and also someone's like, hey, look at this song. I can just literally put it on a playlist.
Right.
Spotify, you should be paying us for endorsing you so well. But
yeah, I know.
Honestly, so Spotify is my, like, the radio a little bit now again, because I swear radio stations in any city, like, are sometimes, like, all, like, they just go through phases, and right now is a really good phase for my 4 radio stations. They all, like, sync up really well.
Right.
To provide me with a good range of music. But, like, I swear a year ago they were not this good.
Yeah. Maybe it's just the music.
Well, I think
it's getting better.
A couple of different radio stations are, like, they're, like, trying to implement change.
Yeah.
Because apparently maybe everyone else hated them too. So.
Probably.
Yeah. But anyway, so how did you choose these lyrics, Day?
Well, I chose them little... over an hour ago started. No. I mean, yes, but this, I'm just gonna be real, this is an episode we've put off for so long. Like, we just keep pushing it back and back and back to record it. I feel like it's been really
good for me, though, because my list has just been kind of there, and I've kind of been thinking about it for a while, so I feel really good about it.
I, like, haven't really been thinking about it. Like, I put songs into a playlist, and I was listening to songs specifically trying to pinpoint certain lyrics to be like, oh, is this a good one or not? But I don't know why, but I've kind of just, like, dreaded, like, finding them because it's just so hard and I feel like I'm missing so many songs right now in my list. But, like, there's no way I can go through, like, every single song.
It's more of a snapshot list, though.
Right.
It's not like an all-time, like, this is the end-all list of any song that I ever liked.
And, also, like, some of them I was listening to today, and then I was like, there's no real good, like, one, like, line, 2 stanza thing in here that, like, screams at me. It's more like the music and the overall message and the way they sing it. Like, everything about that.
Yeah. I kicked out a lot of songs because they were just all of that, and so they didn't apply to this list.
Right. And yeah, so I basically just, like, on my way to work or, like, if I'm walking, I just am, like, I listen to artists that I remember I really like certain lyrics of, and then found a couple songs from them that I pulled and then put into my playlist. And then today I went through and I listened to the song. While I listened to it, I looked at the lyrics and then I wrote down specific lyrics. or I just said no.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I did it.
I guess, yeah, I think all the lyrics I picked, it's like beyond the, like, I guess the lyrics within the song made me kind of think like about kind of like a big concept or like a kind of whole, like, I kind of like really associate it with a part in my life or kind of like a concept that I really relate to, that I feel like it just like, sometimes it's like very direct, but other times it's like, why would you really be thinking about that when this was the lyric? But like, that's like why it's on the list for me.
Okay.
So
yeah,
it's like, it's like the experience of listening to them like combined, like, is like a very big experience. If that makes any sense.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, should we get into it?
Yeah. You go first.
Mine is ordered, but Days isn't.
No,
so
I cannot fucking order it. I'm already...
You're already having a difficult time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm just gonna... I'll listen to Dagny's and then I'll pair it with one of mine. Or I won't. We'll see what happens.
It's interesting. I feel like most of mine are about... Well, okay, they're either about, like, love or, like, yourself. Your relationship with yourself.
Yeah, I mean...
Okay, so, number 7 for me is... It's so weird, because I feel like speaking lyrics is almost on this, like, it's on a similar level to singing them, where I'm like, oh, don't be nervous.
I was thinking today, I was like, wow... It really sucks that neither of us have, like, an amazing voice to sing lyrics.
Excuse me, my voice is so amazing. I'm just too shy.
Nah, bullshit. Okay, go ahead.
So, this is from the song Be Alright from Dean Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's, like, a pretty new song.
Yeah.
I guess.
It is.
Anyway, so the lyric is, nothing heals the past like time, and they can't steal the love you're born to find. And I really like that because I feel like when you get out of a relationship, you can feel like somehow that experience was like, it's going to somehow overtake you having other experiences in your future. And so I really like the whole they can't steal that, basically.
Yeah.
Because even though it's like, it's not really a logical thought, but I didn't realize how comforting hearing that would be. Like, I wouldn't have even, like, thought to myself, oh, this would be comforting for, like, me or for people in a breakup. But I was like, I like that lyric because it's kind of, it's like probability, you know what I mean? It's like if you roll a dice and then it's a 1, the odds that the dice is a 1 the next time is actually just the same. Nothing happened. So I feel like that's how I see, like, me getting into other relationships. Me being in a relationship doesn't make it less likely that I'm going to be in relationships in the future.
Right.
I mean, if anything, it might be related because maybe I'm more likely to. But let's just ignore that and just say that it's just equally as likely for me to get into a relationship in the future. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought about putting Dean Lewis, like, listening to Dean Lewis stuff, but I didn't. Okay. So, my next one.
Your first one?
Yes. The first one I have. Okay, I'm gonna do my long explanation one. So, this one that I have is All the Little Lights by Passenger. And it's part of the chorus, but it's basically, it says, we're born with millions of little lights shining in the dark, and they show us the way. One lights up every time you feel love in your heart. One dies when it moves away. I just really like that, like, image of, like, when people come into your life, kind of light something up in there, and then as they leave, it, like, dies. And then, at the end of the song, it says, they die along the way till we're old and we're cold because they'll all burn out one day. It's kind of like when they burn out, you die. And, I don't know. I just really like that. And
yeah. It's good imagery even without the music, because I've
Right.
never heard that.
Yeah.
So, like, that's how you know it's good.
And, like, also the song kind of has, like, a twinkling effect to it, if that makes sense. But I feel like it's just kind of, like, a song about life and, like, what happens during your life. But, like, in the end, everything's just gonna, like, die out. So, and things will die out along the way. And then you'll die. Because you're old and you're cold.
I like it because it doesn't really sound very, like, I guess I don't know, but it doesn't sound, like, very negative about
No, it's really
them going
not.
out. So, like, that's nice.
It's kind of just, like, we're all these little lights and, like, this is how we go through life, just, like, twinkling along. And, like, when we love people, we might be, like, more twinkly. And then when they go away, we're a little bit less twinkly. But, like, in the end, we all just kind of, like, fade out. That's it.
Yeah.
With a cheerful tone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. My number 6 is, now going back, it's Breathe by Anna Malik? Okay. I didn't write her name down. I wrote down the correct name because I was like, Anna Kendrick, but that's the actress.
No, isn't it Tori something?
No.
No?
Wait. Here, I got it.
Uh-huh. Do ya? Why don't you just look it up? Search it on Spotify.
Yeah, it is Anna Malik. That's what I thought.
Interesting. Okay.
Anyway, so this lyric is, if I get it all down on paper, it's no longer inside of me, threatening the life it belongs to. And I really like that. I liked that a lot in high school.
Yeah.
Because I felt like there was just, like, bad feelings inside of me.
Right.
Or I felt like I liked that description of it, where it's like if you don't, like, get it out, like, to keep it in is, like, threatening your life. So.
I mean, I very much relate to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. It's a very. Yeah, it's kind of like, I've had, like, long-term affection for that. I feel like the Dean Lewis one is, like, something where, like, in, like, 2 years, would it still be on the list? Like, probably not, but that one's been around for a while, so.
It stays strong in your heart.
It has, yeah, at least for these years.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll do another Passenger one next.
Repeating artist.
My favorite. Yeah,
I got a couple of those. Oh, it's just Taylor Swift on me.
I've got a couple Taylor Swift and multiple Passenger and then other ones. Okay, so this is from his song Whispers. And it is, well, it's hard to find a reason when all you have is doubt. Hard to see inside yourself when can't see your way out. Hard to find an answer when the question won't come out.
It's a lot.
Yes, it is. But, I don't know, I just feel like it's like, it's a very powerful song. 'Cause it's just talking about, like, all this, like, doubt you might have and, like, these people that are just, like, whispering things to you and, like, you can't, like, make sense of anything. And it, like, builds up at the end. So it kind of is, like, a freak out, I feel like. But, like, very Passenger way, which isn't really a freak out. But, I don't know, like, I just think that it's very relatable to me. Maybe in this moment right now when I'm making big decisions. But, like, sometimes I feel like you can get too in your head and doubt yourself too much. And it just really represents that, like, frustration, but feelings around it as well. Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
My next one is from Jewel. Now, Jewel, I feel like this is the only Jewel song I have on here. And I will say that I feel like there's almost more, like, kind of snapshot lyrics from Jewel than, like, whole, like, I like her songs, but there's a lot of those, like, a few line things.
Right.
That I really liked. Only one made it to the list, but there was, like, a lot that I thought about. But
yeah.
So the lyric is, no longer lend your strength to that which you wish to be free from. Which I really like because when you think about it, like stuff that, like, is, like, weighing you down or, like, making you have a hard time in your life, like, when you are spending all of this energy, like, having, like, negative emotions about it and, like, putting a lot of effort into, like, thinking about it or, like, complaining, like, you're kind of giving your strength to that problem. You're not giving your strength to, like, feeling free, basically.
Right.
Or, like, you know, like, being away from that. And I feel like that's, like, a little bit kind of, like doing yoga is kind of, like, that's putting, like, that's giving your, like, strength and, like, thoughts to, like, things that actually, like, serve you, right? And so I think it's just, I like the phrasing of it about how, like, if you want to be free from something, don't give it power.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I think that's why I like it, because it's, like, you control it.
Mm-hmm. And to flip-flop that, for my next song, Dagny, I think, introduced me to this song, and no, not really, but
I think I know what song you're talking about.
Is it Worst of You?
Yeah.
By Maisie Peters. I feel like, yeah, this song, it's a good one. But, so there's two parts of it that I feel like I drew from lyrics. One is, go on and walk all over me, just don't walk away. Which, I feel like...
It's a classic lyric from that song.
It is. But I wanted to, like, include it because I feel like, I don't know, it's just, like, it's classic. I guess that's why. No,
I think a lot of people can relate to that lyric in a lot of different ways. It's, like, just, like, that feeling of, like you would rather be, like, I don't know, treated badly, but have that, like, familiar badness than have it, like, go away or, like, have something new, or even just, like, be strong enough to have without, like, whatever.
Right, to even to, like, just have something leave. Like, that's hard enough sometimes. And I feel like I relate to it in, like, multiple ways. It's not just, like, romantic ways.
Right.
You know?
It's, like, life ways.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it says, like, the truth is, make your excuses, you let me down, and I'm used to it. And I feel like I definitely can get in that, where then I just, like, they make excuses, not a real word, they make excuses, and then I start making excuses for them, or I'm just like, oh, like, yeah, no, it's just what happens, and then everybody else is like, what? And I'm like, it's fine, it's whatever, it's life. Yeah. They're just walking all over me, but it's fine.
Yeah, just, like, getting used to not doing anything. Like, I feel like that's kind of, it's not really, like, guess, being bitter, but it's, like, expecting something bad, but also, like, not wanting or, like, really, like, trying to change it because it's, like, just an expectation. Right. It's, like, already there, and you're just like, yep.
I mean, yeah, there's, like, parts in the song where it's, like, just talk to your friends and, like, ignore me. It's just, like, you just do your thing and, like, completely ignore me and think I'm invisible, and I'll still, like, be there.
Right. I mean, sometimes it's, like, I feel like that song is kind of a good example of the devil you know. Because I feel like that's it's a lot more comforting than people think. I think they're like, no, I don't like this. But you're like, no, it's the devil you know.
Yeah. Okay.
The next lyric I have on here kind of surprised me that it made it on the list. But when I heard it, I was like, no, I actually do really like this. And I have to, like, put it on there.
Oh.
So it's from Scars to You're Beautiful
Okay.
by Alexa Cara. And
That's not how you say her name.
Okay, I'm sorry. What is it?
It's like Alicia.
Oh.
There's no...
I do that with those names. My bad. Anyway, it starts with an A. It's Scars to You're Beautiful. There's only one popular song by that name, so I promise you it's that one. Don't listen to my pronunciation of names. Wait, is her last name right? No?
I think it's Cara. Yeah.
Okay.
I think. I don't know.
It's by Cara. Why am I so bad with names? Anyway. So the lyric is, beauty is pain and there's beauty in everything. What's a little while longer? I can go a little while longer. And I like it because I don't actually know I don't know how songs were meant officially, but like to me that's kind of like, because she's talking about somebody I think who like is basically going too far with this. Because I think this on its own is kind of like, well, that's like kind of true or whatever, and it's like good to push yourself. But I feel like this is about going too far and kind of like, why are you doing it? Because to me, this lyric I really relate to because I feel like that's like, somehow I like really relate it into like doing things basically to like punish yourself. And so basically when it's like there's beauty in everything and like beauty is pain, so it's just like, well, everything is like pain, so you should just like go more, like what does it matter, like push yourself even more or something. And I don't really know exactly what I really mean by that, but something about how it's just like saying you can go a little while longer while not really meaning it, or like you do mean it but no, it's like not good for you, but you just like don't really care. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it's a weirdly deep level, but I mean, it's kind of about like body image stuff.
Right,
for
yeah.
me. And like, I don't know, doing it because you like should almost. I know that like the lyric is like, I can go a little more, but it's like because you it's not because it's good for you, it's because you like could do it.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's on there.
Yeah. I like it. Okay. I think I'll do this one next. So it's The Thrill of It All by Sam Smith. And I recently started listening to it again. Like, I hadn't really before. And then I think I listened to it actually, like, yesterday. It's like, oh, this one's going on there. And then I found the lyrics. I never thought I'd learn so much from being lonely. Which
sounds like something Sam Smith would say. Yeah.
Right? Well, it's written about his album, The Lonely Hour. And, like, because he's, like, regretting, putting his relationship on display, and, like, I think how it kind of, like, ruined his relationship that he was in during that time. And so then, like, from that, he became really lonely and everything. But I think, like, it's a really good lyric because, I mean, I'm somebody who I think kind of can be afraid to be alone at certain times. But I also like being alone. I need to be independent. But, give me my space. But I think a lot of people, like, often lose that perspective when they've been in a relationship or they've been, like, really close with people for a really long time, and then something happens, and then they can regain perspective about how being lonely is healthy and okay.
That's interesting. I feel like I learn more, it's like after loneliness, but not while being lonely. Like, that's kind of how I think about it. Like, I feel like that, like, when I get perspective is, like...
After.
It's after, kind of. I mean, I guess you could say it's, like, from, like, as a result of, but it's not really during.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's kind of saying it's, like, from being lonely. Like, right. He was lonely, and then he, like, found other things. But yeah. I really like that song right now. Yeah.
Right, well, we're up to number 3 now. And I cannot read your handwriting over there, but I can see you have something from All Too Well.
Yep.
So the next one I have
for you
is from All Too Well. It's clearly the best song ever if it's on both of our lists. Also, I'm pretty sure we have different lyrics, which is interesting.
Okay, yeah. I have a couple.
So mine is, and I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. Which is such, like, a simple thing, but I feel like it's so relatable. Okay, this is All Too Well from Taylor Swift, if that wasn't clear. Okay, and I feel like it's just it's so simple because it's, like, that idea of, like, of course you're fine. It's like you're always, or of course you're, like, okay. You know, it's like you're always okay. Like, is life gonna, like, move on? Yes. It's like, people ask you, like, how are you? Like, I'm okay, you know? Mm-hmm. But it's like, you're not fine. You know, like, things aren't fine. And it's just, like, having both of those. Like, it's a short thing. It's, like, very simple, but it's, like, I really like it.
Mm-hmm. I have that lyric as well.
Yeah.
But I have more than just that lyric.
Ugh, you little cheater. Putting multiple things down. I'm not cheating.
I just can't pick. So I actually was using a website to look at my lyrics, and on the sideline it had, like, tidbits about the songs, and so this one was really interesting because apparently she just had, like, so many thoughts, feelings, emotions about this that she had to, like, call up somebody who worked on, like, her first 2 albums and was like, can you just, like, come help me, like, piece this all together? And then the other writer just kind of, like, sat there and, like, listened as she kind of just, like, spit things out and wrote things down, and then they, like, made this song. And I mean, it's, like, an almost 6-minute long song. So it's pretty long. And she was like, I couldn't, like, get this down past 10 minutes probably if I didn't, like, have help. And so I just really like the song overall because it's, like, has so much, like, emotion in it, I feel like. And
it's, like, sweet and sad.
It's bittersweet. Well, not really bitter, but it is a little bit bitter about just, like, what has, you know, it's everything.
This song is everything, listeners.
And yeah, so yes, I have and I might be okay, but I'm not fine at all. And then I think I just like this part because it's also, like, it's like a building up of the music and everything. And it says, maybe we got lost in translation, maybe I asked for too much, but maybe this thing was a masterpiece till you tore it all up. Which I think it's just, like, we could have had, like, possibilities. But, like, you couldn't give me everything, maybe, or, like, whatever. And then, so casually cruel in the name of being honest, I'm a crumpled up piece of paper lying here. I feel like that's just kind of, like, tragic. It's, like, hurt, like, so bad. Also, there's another lyric in it that's, like, you call me up just to break me like a promise, and then it's those 2 lyrics. Mm-hmm. But it's just, like, woo!
Yeah. I like the part about, what was the second thing you said?
Maybe we got lost in translation.
Yeah, okay, that part. Because I feel like that's, like, a person who's just, like, in pain from breaking up. And it's not really, because it almost sounds like, oh, like, maybe there was just a problem with the thing. Or, like, maybe you ruined it. But I feel like it's really, like, it's just, like, clearly, like, in pain. And it's not really blaming anybody.
No, yeah.
It's, like, it is kind of, like, blaming words. But it's also, like, no, this is just, like,
it's just,
you're
like,
looking
thinking,
for, like, a reason for, like, why did this happen?
It's just thinking about, like, what it could have been, what you wanted it to be, maybe. And then, like, you know, things happened. They broke it up, but, like, you're still...
Yeah. All right, we're getting close here. I'm at number 2, Woo! Which is from These Days, the song.
These Days?
Yeah.
By...
I think
Is it Macklemore?
It's Macklemore and somebody else.
Yeah, it's at least 2 feature artists.
Yeah. When there's multiple artists, I get confused. So
Jess something or other, and then a group that starts with R.
Wow, we're doing really bad citing things here. Anyway,
you know what? I wrote down all the artists. You did not.
I wrote down at least one artist for everybody, even if they weren't correct.
That's not what you should do.
Okay, so here it is. Love is just a tool to remind us who we are and that we are not alone when we're walking in the dark. And I actually really like that, even though it says love is just a tool. Because part of me is like, love is just a tool. That's a really weird thing to say. Yeah. And so like that part almost like was like a little off-putting when I really thought about it. But I'm like, no. But I like it because it's kind of about how, because it's harder to say that love was like failed or bad if you look at it through this lens. If like love is a tool to remind us who we are and that we're not alone, then like even when relationships like fail or break or die or like go in and out or like have hard times, like, but if the love is like, you know, reminding you that you're not alone and like helping you find yourself in like difficult times, then like that's what love is for. Yeah. And it's not like about the destination or something. I don't know. I like that view of love, and I think it helps me let go of, I don't know, like unhealthy like expectations, I guess, about how life should, quote, be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think my next one has to be Treacherous by Taylor Swift.
That's interesting. I heard you listening to that and I was like, you put something, that's interesting that, okay.
I was into it. Cause I don't know. I was just listening to it, you know, but, so there's 2 different sections. And, the first one is, I can't decide if it's the choice getting swept away. Cause I feel like that's a bit of, it's such a sweet lyric.
I do like that because I also feel like I wouldn't know which side I was fall on in an argument about that.
Right. But it's definitely an argument, I feel like.
Yeah.
And then the other one is nothing safe is worth the drive. I don't know. That one stood out to me today. I liked it.
It's a nice, simple one.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like thinking about it today, if you think about in terms of lyrics, I feel like her Red album has some of the most powerful lyrics in it. Yeah. In my opinion. I like it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Your next one. Number 1!
This is my number 1. It's Taylor Swift, and you guessed it, it's about love. It's from Fearless.
Oh, yes.
And it's really interesting because I think Fearless was very popular when it was first out. Like, it was, I think, one of, like, the top songs from that album. Yeah. And I never really listened to it until, like, a couple years ago. I mean, like, I heard it, obviously, but I wasn't, like, into it at all.
Yeah. I've recently gotten more into it. I feel like it's just coming back.
And so the lyric is, and I don't know how it gets better than this. You take me hand and drag me head first. Fearless.
Oh, so sweet.
It is sweet, but it's also just like, I don't know a more like, I don't know, punch kind of verse about love than, like, I don't know how it gets better than this. Because I feel like that's how it feels. And then also just like fearless. I have a fondness for the word fearless for other reasons. And so it's just like, I don't know. It's because it's like you're dragged into it, but it's also like your hand is taken and you're being dragged into it. And like you don't know how life could get better. Like feeling like you're at the peak of your life so far. Mm-hmm. Like I'm sure that I'll have that feeling again.
I mean, she wrote this lyric when she was, like, 17.
I mean, I think it's a feeling you can have, like, many times in your life. Yeah. But, it's always...
Yeah. I mean, there's that first time, you know.
Yeah, but, like... Yeah.
It will happen again, yeah. Okay. So it's kind of funny because I don't know, it's very interesting to see how this one pairs with your top one.
Mm-hmm.
But so my last one is Home by Passenger. And first of all, like, I listen to this song when I'm coming home. Like, I don't know. It's just very, like, I listen to it when I come home to Olympia, when I come home to Oregon. Like, it's just, like, a song that just, like, when I'm feeling homesick, I don't know. I love it. But, there's a lyric, "Oh, since love left, I have nothing left to fear." Which, it's kind of sad, but also I feel like kind of true. And earlier in the song, he sings about, like, being, like, cowardly, being fearful, things like that. So then it's kind of like, and he's also kind of like, I don't have, like, a specific home, because, like, my home is where my heart, or, like, where I am.
I really,
things like that.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Because I also do feel like working towards, or, like, for, like, something, or, like, someone you love, is, like, it's a very, like, powerful thing, but it's also, like, the most scary. And so if you're doing something that's not for that, it's just, like, it's a lot less scary.
Yeah.
And, like, maybe it's less rewarding, but it's easier in a lot of ways.
Right? Like, you don't... Yeah. Definitely. So, yeah. That's my Passenger
All right, those are our
song.
top lists. I just want to throw in my 2 honorable mentions, which is from the song Rude. You know she's in love with me. She will go anywhere I go. Because I like that idea a lot. And the other one is Love Someone from...
Maroon 5?
No.
Or the other one.
It starts with an L and then it starts with a G, I'm pretty sure. Oh, is it Luke? Lewis.
Oh! Lucas Graham.
Lucas.
Lucas Graham.
I literally said Luke and Lewis, but it was actually Lucas. Okay, anyway. But I find it bittersweet because you gave me something to lose, which is love. Aww.
Okay, so I apparently miscounted, and I only had 8.
That's fine.
So I have
Give us one honorable mention.
It's from Faking It by Sasha Sloan, and it's I'm way too good at being a zombie when we're in the bedroom.
Wow.
I know. Well, because, like, the whole song is basically about her, like, not being into something, but then, like, still doing it and just, like, faking her way through it, like, saying she loves you when she doesn't, things like that. And so, like, she might not be eating brains in the bedroom, but I feel like she just kind of, like, plays dead and, like, does things she doesn't want to do. And, like, that's not a zombie part. But, yeah, I saw that, and, like, the rest of it is just, like, not like that at all. So it's like, gotta pick this out. But yeah, that's my lyrics.
All right.
I would like to also say that Jack Johnson and Oh Wonder have a lot of good lyrics. I just couldn't have time. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this has been a good list. I like the lyrics we came up with. I was worried... I was worried that, like, it wouldn't... I don't know. I think a lot of listening to lyrics to me is obviously, like, the music and the context with the lyrics, but I think that really good lyrics can still stand on their own with, like, a good message. At least, like, to some extent.
Yeah.
So I think it was good. So...
I mean, also it's kind of interesting to, like, pick out different lyrics and kind of hear them out of context of the music. Because I think it kind of also, like, means something different.
Yeah. I will admit, I find it most interesting, like, the Taylor Swift songs. Like,
right.
I'm most interested in which lyrics you find best about that, because I just, like, know them so well.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Yeah. All right. Let's just do, like, a really quick wrap-up question on, should anyone be ashamed of their music? Because honestly, I feel like most people would be like, yeah, there's some songs you should be ashamed of liking.
Right.
But I'm kind of like, why?
I know. I feel like we shame people for, like, I feel like I've been shamed for music that I've liked a little bit. And, that's probably why I get, or I don't want to be shamed, so I get really nervous about telling people the music I like. But I feel like we shouldn't.
Don't shame people for music. Although I will say that if you're hosting, a college party with, like, college students, and it's like 2 a.m. and you want them to leave, and you start playing Pokemon theme songs, they will leave.
Yeah.
Not that this is a personal experience, but it is a personal experience that happened to me.
It did?
Yes, at one of our parties, I started playing it because I got a hold of the speaker and I attached my thing to it, and I was like, guys, I love this song. I love the Pokemon theme songs. I have no shame about it. I did definitely used to, but not anymore.
Yeah. Like, don't. No shame, man.
I don't care if people judge me for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think music taste is...
It's
not better or worse than anyone else's.
No.
And if you think so, you're a complete snob. And you can quote me on that.
Yeah. I feel like music is constantly changing, and the things you like constantly change, or they stay stagnant. Either one is fine. But there's so many different types of people in the world that, like, we have to have music for everyone. No shaming music, people. Okay, so we want you to feel connected to the void by answering our end of the show question. How much music is too much?
You can find us always on Google Play, Google Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, CastBox, and Messy. Just search for Basically Misled.
Send us your song lyrics that you've personally made about us, or any other things you might want to, at basicallymisled@gmail.com. Thanks for listening, and good luck with your future endeavors.